Okay, here we have a function, a quadratic function, and for the first part, we have to find value h for which the number of vehicles parked is the greatest. Okay, so what we're asked is to find the vertex. Notice that a is equal to negative 1600. That means that the quadratic function involved here is facing downward. It looks something like this, and the vertex is the maximum value here. To find the vertex, we use the formula negative b divided by 2a and f of negative b over 2a. So this right here is this is the x coordinate, negative b over 2a, and then we evaluate the function at f, function f at that x coordinate to get the y value. All right, so what is negative b over 2a in our case? Negative b divided by 2a is equal to negative 1 divided by 2 times negative 1600. Okay, and that's equal to 3 and 125 thousandths. Right, so what time of day is this? Well, it's 9 a.m. plus 3 hours and some minutes. How many minutes is that? If you multiply, so here we can multiply 125 thousandths times 60, and that will give us 7 and 5/10 minutes. Right, that's how you find the minutes, and 8 minutes. Right, so that's approximately noon time. Right, so next we have to find h for which the number of vehicles parked downtown is 5,000. Right, here we have n. N is 5, and what we have to find is when does this really happen? What is time? At what hour? At what time does that happen? Okay, so we have to solve a quadratic equation. Negative 1600 h squared plus h plus 6 is equal to 5. Now we have to subtract 5 from both sides, and that gives us negative 1600 h squared plus h plus 1 equals to 0. And use the quadratic formula. H is equal to negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. Right, let's start plugging things in here. We have negative 1 plus or minus square root of, our b here is 1. I'm going to put it in parentheses just in case. You don't really need parentheses here, but whenever if b is negative, you would need the parentheses before you square b. Minus 4 times a is negative 1600 times c, which is 1. Oh, I forgot c here. C is 1. Divided by 2 times and 2 times negative 1600. Alright, so what is that equal to? I'm going to use a calculator to compute this. Right, so we'll have two different h's, h1 and h2, and for h1 we'll use the negative, right? We'll use the negative here, and for h2 we'll use a positive. Alright, so important thing here is to put parentheses around the numerator. Right, so we have parentheses, open parentheses, negative 1 minus, I'm going to use a square root here, second square root. Now this parenthesis here is a parenthesis for the radical. Inside the radical, I'm going to take b, I'm going to put parentheses around b, and raise it to the power of 2. Right? We don't have to do this in this case because b is positive. But if b was negative, that would actually be a good idea. Minus 4 times negative 1600 times 1. Now, okay, look, let's start closing parentheses. I'm going to close the parenthesis for the radical, and I'm going to close the parenthesis for the numerator. Divided by, I'm going to open another set of parentheses. 2 times negative 1600. Close parentheses around the denominator. Press enter. So now I'm going to compute the solution with a plus. And to do that, I'm going to use the second entry, right? I'm going to retype this entry and change this to a plus. I'm going to scroll up. Instead of a minus, I'm going to say a plus. Okay, and now I'll just press enter. Okay, so my two solutions are 7 and 1200ths and negative 876 or 77 thousandths. And the negative solution would not work in our case, right? We're talking about time after 9 a.m. Right, because of the negative, I'm going to have to eliminate this solution right here. Right, so our solution is H1 is 7 and 1200ths hours after 9 a.m.